welcome back to Two Nigerian Women. My name is Zibukun.
Hello, everyone. My name is Abidemi, and welcome to the new month of June.
Welcome. We
We are
welcome you.
halfway through 2024,
Phew, 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 phew.
and I was listening to the radio, and they were referring to the Super Bowl, and Super
Mhm.
Bowl happened in January.
No, February. It's normally
Sorry,
February.
February.
Yeah.
Prior to the Super Bowl, there was a well-known banker in Nigeria that passed going to the Super Bowl, and I
Yeah.
just remember I said, "So it's been almost
Mm,
6 months that that man has been gone." But
mm,
that's life. Like I always say, besides holding on to our nearest and dearest and telling them how you feel about them and making them know how much they matter to you, the time to start whatever you need to start is now. Time flies. Just that when people are going through stuff, it feels a bit like there's no end in sight. But then
mm,
when they're talking about the story, it feels like whatever that they went through before they came out on the other side only happened for one day. But it's not. But when you're going through it, it feels like you are in it forever.
mm.
So I think we need to, I think first and foremost, we need to be grateful for being alive. I think first things first. We need
Yep.
to take each moment as it comes, appreciate the ones we love, let them know that we love them, let them know how much they mean to us and how much we feel how much we adore them and we appreciate
Mm,
them. But
mm.
anything you need to do, now is the time.
Uh, so that being said, that actually leads neatly into the title for this episode. So it's been said recently, I think, I have not been to Nigeria for a number of decades. And yeah, it's to be exact, 26 years, 26. You heard that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm glad all that Sisi can say is wow, because she used to use it as a bone of contention that I am not Nigerian. I am from
But just because you've
Manchester.
been to Nigeria doesn't mean you're Nigerian. You are from
Trust
Manchester.
me.
You're
Trust
Mancunian.
Once my feet got to Murtala Mohammed Airport, I turned Nigerian because my people brought it, me too, I brought it. I was really, anyway, it was very interesting. So, homecoming. Now, the reason that I have not been to Nigeria for that long is because none of my immediate family live in Nigeria. So,
Yeah.
by immediate, I mean my brothers, my mother, my father. None of them live in Nigeria and haven't for a number of decades, as just shared. So, prior to being even married, I had no need, is the best way to frame it, to going to Nigeria, and therefore had not been. Then
Yeah.
got married. My husband, I met him here. We got married here. We had children, and life got busy. We went on holiday to, yes, different places, but there was no need for us to go to Nigeria. So all of that cumulatively meant I had not been to Nigeria for 26 years. So this year I went, and it was an experience, you see, because
Nigeria does that to the very best.
yeah, yeah,
To the
yeah.
very best of us. It depends on what your expectation or no expectation whatsoever.
So, well, I went, like, we had this discussion before I left. I went with the notion of I will not recognize it. So I shouldn't be like, oh, but I don't know where this place is, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So I didn't go entitled, if you will, in my understanding of what I was going to see. That genuinely was not my intention in any shape or form.
Yeah.
So my going to Nigeria was literally oh, I am going to a new country. And I'm glad I approached it that way because Sissy, I did not recognize anywhere. Like nowhere was familiar to me. So, to give for anyone who is familiar with Nigeria, to give context, I was in Lagos. Actually visited Ibadan and Shagamu as well, which are within an hour and a half tops away from Lagos. So I just stayed in that region. So I landed in the international airport, if that's what they can call it,
Yeah.
Murtala Mohammed. And
Yes.
genuinely, I'm Nigerian, so I'm allowed to talk this way about my country. Don't dare it in the comments. Just know I am Nigerian. I'm allowed to say what I need to say about my country
Mm-hmm.
because I'm going
Mm-hmm.
somewhere with this. I'm
Okay.
not, this is not a talking shop,
And
right?
it's not a slight on Nigeria.
Sorry, say again.
It's not a slight. It is your opinion, and you have to
It's
speak
my
it.
opinion,
Yeah.
exactly. And I will speak it because genuinely, as an overall, it was a bittersweet homecoming. Let me talk about the sweet. It was sweet to see the motherland, as being grandiose about it again. It was lovely to experience the energy because anyone who has been to Lagos or knows someone who has been to Lagos, they will tell you there's a palpable energy
Yeah.
about Lagos. And to be fair, everywhere has its energy. There are some places you go to, they're serene. There are some places you go to, you just get a bit like irritated by it. There are some places that are calm. Lagos is hectic. It is energy personified.
Everything rolled into one: the good, the bad, the ugly.
Honestly, the crazy, the hilarious,
Yes.
like what was it
We
that we saw?
actually went to Ibadan. I haven't been to
Yes,
Ibadan in. I think last time I went to Ibadan was two. Oh wow.
a long time ago.
Maybe 2006 when I was burying my daddy. We passed through.
Oh
But
no.
being in the city,
Hmm.
maybe 2002, 2003, because I had a friend that his family lived in Ibadan. I used to go from uni to stay in
Hmm.
my parents' house. So yes. So I used to do
Um,
that trip maybe twice a month or
wow.
once every other month, but it was a weekend, go on a Friday, come back on
Hmm.
a Sunday. And it was nice, but we were in the posh parts of Ibadan. So we
Of
did
course.
we're
Of
in
course.
old Bija. So I didn't like there was not much that I could there's not much I could see in some other places. But it was
Like,
nice. I enjoyed
hmm.
it. My problem my okay, let me just tell you, Ibadan, I didn't think that people lived in Ibadan until I had this friend. I thought
Mm-mm.
because my sister schooled in Ibadan, but they schooled in Iyanofa. So it's not Ibadan, you leave. So I didn't know. So when I went to uni and I met a lot of people that are from Ibadan, I said, really, people live in Ibadan. I was
Ah,
that ignorant. I'm
you
serious.
did. Well, at least she acknowledges her ignorance. Don't come for
Okay?
my city.
Yes, but then again, when you look at it, we had readers in primary school, the Macmillan readers. Shout out to people like me that collect it. I
Uh-huh.
have all the Macmillan readers from primary one to primary six in my house. Anyway, my children read it. Anyway, so there were poems, poetry, there were stories on Ibadan. Actually, I think it was Makama. No, Makama was Lagos. It was Unilag, sorry. But
Hmm.
there was, I think, ADET or somebody visited Ibadan or University of Ibadan or something along those lines. So I should have known. I don't know what I was thinking, but because I never got in touch with my reader after leaving primary school. I didn't really read
Hmm.
my reader till I got to actually till I got it a couple of years ago. So
Oh,
I didn't really connect the dots, but that was very ignorant of me. I'll say that with my full chest because I know that was very, very ignorant. But then
we are
again,
very
please
open
tell us
people here.
but please tell us about your Nigerian experience because I want to hear about it. I just
Ah,
feel like you'll have been a fish out of water, but the impression that
no,
you give me, it isn't. But then again, can we talk about the food? How was your food
we
experience?
will talk about the food, but let me address fish out of water.
Okay,
Listen, I landed in Murtala Mohammed. My accent changed.
to what?
You see, I know you will still say it is not the way they talk. I changed because the people talking to me, it had, well, they call it code switching. I think we've had this discussion before.
Mm,
Um, everyone talking to me, good afternoon, ma. Hello, ma. What do you have for us, ma? And this, that. I literally started talking like them. So I mirrored, if you will, the way
Mm.
they were talking. And it wasn't necessarily conscious, it just happened. You
I
know?
just want to bring something out now. So you
Yeah,
left
go
as a
on.
teenager. So you spent so your
Yes,
whole 20s and 30s, you haven't been.
yes, yeah.
Shame. Okay,
Eh,
continue.
shame on you too. I've been here before you.
Okay, but then again, it's a weird thing because when you look at it, actually,
Yeah.
I've been to Nigeria in my 30s, but
Hmm.
it's weird that you literally became an adult off
Hmm.
the shores. So you haven't
Yeah.
seen Nigeria with adult eyes.
No, no. And that was interesting because I actually did something because I was fascinated if my recollection as a teenager would mirror what I see as an adult.
Mm.
And I would share that part. So if I start from me landing in Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos, so we had to go through customs, and I had protocol. So the people I was visiting hired protocol for me, and they saw me through customs. Sorry, immigration and
Yeah, and
customs.
customs, yeah.
It was the fastest time I've ever gotten out of any airport internationally. And because of what I do, my professional life, I've been to quite a few places in the world. I was from the plane, the door of the plane, to
Yeah.
being outside getting into the car with luggage. So I collected my luggage, been through customs and everything. It was less than an hour. I was
Wow.
shocked. I was shocked. So I didn't really see Murtala Mohammed Airport on the day that I arrived. Then from the airport, we went straight. I say we because I actually traveled with family as well. We went straight to Ikoyi. Ikoyi is on the island. So Lagos has a mix of mainland and island because it's
Divided
coastal.
by the Atlantic.
Yes, it's well. Yeah, I think that I forget what they call. Yes, but yes,
Or
essentially, it's by a body of
Five
water.
Calorie Creek, yeah.
Exactly. So, Ikoyi is on the island. My recollection of Ikoyi was clean, colonial pathways. Like there used to be huge white houses because
Yeah.
Lagos, yes, Lagos was, if you will, the hub of the colonial reign in Nigeria at some point. Not all the time, so don't take my words out of context. But Ikoyi, from my memory, was clean and white and very colonial in terms of the structures that were there. I did not see one clean street in Ikoyi.
Oh my goodness. Please
The
don't
place
say it.
was dirty,
No.
dirty. We went to the passport office because I had to renew what I didn't know I had, which was a very expired Nigerian passport. It was older than 20 years.
Yeah, that
I
was
mean,
a passport that was produced between 1999 and
yes,
2002, I
it
think.
didn't even have ECOWAS written on it.
No, 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 it
Yes,
didn't. Because
that's
we
weird.
were in the military
Oh,
era when
no.
you did it. We had not got it.
Yes,
When we
exactly.
democracy did. But having said that, the water that separates the island from mainland is Lagos Lagoon. But
There
I know
you go.
it as the Cowrie Creek.
Cowrie Creek.
Yes, because it
So
goes
Lagos
down
Lagoon is for the fact
Lagos
checkers.
Island. But yeah, anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Ikoyi was dirty. Passport office was chaotic. We had paid for a fast track passport because we were not in Nigeria for such a long period of time to
Mm.
wait months for the passport. So we had paid for the service of a fast track passport. We did the biometric capturing everything, and it was at the point we had done all
They
the.
didn't give you suits. They didn't give you wig. They didn't tell you to cut your eyelashes.
No,
They didn't
because
tell
you
you
had
to.
warned me.
Yeah.
Sissy, you had warned me. Don't go with colored hair. Do not go with a full face of makeup
Mm.
because they use that as a point of oppression.
Yes.
So me had gone
And no
simple.
sleeveless. Dress well.
Exactly.
So
Respectfully.
I think we need to talk about this thing because it's the way, like in Abuja, you can't go to any ministry if you're not wearing native, like
Wow.
traditional Nigerian attire. Why?
Mm.
Or you have to
Anyway,
tie your hair. Why? Anyway, let's talk about it. But I want to say, who made you judge and jury what women should wear? Okay, now we're going on. Continue,
ask them.
please.
When you see them, ask them. Me, I just wanted the passport and to get out of there. It was at the end of capturing, they were telling us that, oh, the fast track you paid for is not really fast track. You
That's
are
what
not going
they
to be
do.
able to get it.
Please.
Wait, you are not going to be able to get it till 2 weeks from now. Mr. Man, I'm not here 2 weeks from now. I need my passport
So why?
in
And that's
7 days.
that's the dishonesty that I hate. Why make people pay for stuff that you cannot offer, but you know you cannot offer it, but you make them pay?
Wait now, see, your blood is hotting too quickly
Yes,
because
yes,
I've
yes.
not even told you half of the situation. I have not told you half of the situation. I was like, I don't even have 2 weeks within me. I have paid for this. I need my passport next week. They said, well, we will see if it is possible, but I can tell you right now it isn't possible. I said, okay, we'll follow up tomorrow, but we're going. I knew what they wanted. They wanted their palms greased. I was not going to play that game. I said, no worries. We'll call tomorrow and see when the passport would be available for pickup. Left the passport office. Now, we hired an Airbnb for the duration of our stay, and it was an early morning flight. We got in um, on the day we arrived in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So I had asked for an early check-in, but by the time we're done in the passport office, it was normal check-in time anyway. We got to the Airbnb, and then it was where our keys, and they were like, oh, our Airbnb actually doesn't have keys. It has like a pad. We'll just give you the code. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, how
Yeah.
swish,
Yeah.
how swish. We got there. Please, can we have the code? Oh, the person that was in there has not checked out yet. Like, what do you mean they've not checked out yet? This is past check-in time by the time we got there. We've literally just gotten off the plane and gone somewhere for 3 hours, and we need to refresh ourselves and rest and recover from the travel. That's when, please, madam, do not be annoyed. We can't control it. The person is there. The person left their luggage, but we can see they've packed the luggage, and you need to wait before you can go in. Please, could you just stay in this apartment that was not cleaned? Could you please just stay in this apartment until we can get the person out? This was around, let's say, 12 noon, 1 p.m. Check-in was 12 noon. So 5 p.m. What is going on? Well, the person is now saying they're going to stay till the next day. How is this my problem? That was what I asked. How is this my problem? Oh, we can't control it. Okay, so what? You know what? Just tell me, where am I sleeping tonight? Oh, the apartment you are in, you can stay there. I'm like, nope. For the first time in 26 years, I have seen a cockroach. I am not staying here. No, please, thank you. You need to book me into a hotel and pay for the night because you have messed up. Oh, ma, we have collected the money. We cannot do this. We cannot do that. I went all legalistic on them. You're going to refund my money in full. You are going to check me into a hotel. And the apologies you're giving me right now is doing nothing for my state of mind.
Mm.
See, 9 p.m. was when they moved us into a clean apartment
Mm.
somewhere else on the estate. And it wasn't the apartment we were still going to eventually end up in because they were still waiting for the person in our apartment to leave. Yes, my Nigerian brothers and sisters listening to this, you can tell me, oh, you just happened to come across a wrong one. Fine. But unfortunately, this is not where the story ends. Eventually, the day after, we did get into the apartment we were supposed to get into. Air conditioner was not working. This is 36 degrees at 7 a.m. in the morning.
Considering that you haven't been to Nigeria in a while, even people that have been to Nigeria
Ah,
always complain of the heat. How much more? So you like
yeah,
you
yeah, 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 yeah. Sisi, they wanted to kill me in Nigeria with it. Oh, I was like, what is this? What is this? I'm like, please, Mr. Man. I even forget the guy's name now. That's how traumatized I was.
Hmm.
I cannot sleep in this room. It is too hot. Oh, we will fix it. It's the gas. It is this. The thing with, unfortunately, I would not say all Nigerians, I would say 80% of the population, you cannot get a straight story out
It's
of
our
them.
anyhowness.
Why?
Because
Just
also
tell me.
we tend to, because I want to flip this around. If there was a foreigner, not Nigerian, not and not even African, different skin tone, that won't happen. Even if it was gonna happen, they will find a way to meet that person. So that anyhowness has been taken into a business, working, or a formal environment, and because no one actually takes them off on it and says, sorry, please, we won't do it, or that kind of thing, people just say, oh, allow them, allow them, allow them.
I was not allowing anybody because I was there for about 10 days and I really wanted to contribute to making my stay as pleasant as possible.
Yeah.
So I was not in the game of, oh, let us manage it, because that is the mentality of Nigeria. Let us
Nigeria,
manage it.
standard, standard.
Honestly, if I even
Fact,
describe
you
this
are made
air,
to feel like Nigeria, like you're doing too much if you don't think along those lines.
because you demand a tiny bit of excellence, not total excellence, so just a tiny bit of timeliness. Now, I must say, not everything was the same because I had an excellent chauffeur who took me everywhere. He was there before he should be there, and he would knock on the door, respectfully say, I am here. I'm ready to go. He would give me the status of traffic. The guy was excellent, and he's Nigerian. So it is possible. It is within our gift to be excellent. We choose
Mm-hmm.
not to be. Or as I'm using the royal we, so you don't say I am. It is us against
Proving
them. No one is
yourself.
against somebody. No one is against anybody.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we eventually got in. The air conditioner was never sorted in during our stay. If you will, after 5 days, I became acclimatized to the heat. It is what it is. Then let me. I wanted to talk about the suite. The suite was getting out of the airport in less than an hour. Um, we had a bit of bitter in between with the passport office and
Mm,
the Airbnb. But then afterwards, we got a cook who came in and made us the most amazing asaro. Asaro is, well, a lot of people are like, don't call it something it is not. It's called asaro. That is the Yoruba name for it. But
mm,
in, if you will, English, we'll call it yam porridge.
mm.
It's not porridge as an oat porridge, so it's a bit mushy. It still has pieces of yam in. It has dried fish in it. It has spices, palm
Yeah.
oil, yeah, palm oil, tomato, chilies, onions. It was exquisite. Absolutely exquisite. And I'm not
Just in your mouth
normally,
kind of taste.
honestly, salivating. But yes, I'm not I'm normally a fan of asaro, but the cook we had was, she was spot on.
The
The
chef, the
pleasure,
chef.
the chef, okay, the chef we had was spot on. She was amazing. She was on time. She came with fresh food every day. She came to cook for us. She will cook a plethora of things, and the food, the jollof rice. Oh, Sissy, she made me moi moi in the leaf. Moi moi, if you will, for English translation, is
Bean
like a
pudding.
steamed bean
Yeah.
pudding. Is the easiest way.
Bean pudding.
Yes. So
Black eyed bean.
black eyed bean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be specific. Black eyed bean. So really light, flavorful, and spicy. Because as you know, I like my spice. Anyways, food was 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10 every single day. We ate well. We ate really, really well. And fruits as well. So one thing I would say is Nigeria still does fruits in season. So we had the small mango. With the big mango they said was out of season. So we had small
Mm.
mangoes. There was pineapple. There wasn't oranges because they said it was
Banana,
out of season. I don't like banana, so I didn't eat banana.
grapes,
Yeah? What?
grapes.
Ah, not in Lagos, Osisi. Are you thinking just way?
No, they're good. I don't blame you. It's good.
Yeah,
If you had only stayed on the island,
there
you
were no grapes
grapes
in
and strawberries
on
with
the
apple.
mainland.
Caesar.
There were no grapes on the mainland where we stayed.
Hey,
Anyway,
you not look. Don't be saying this kind of thing now.
please,
Uh-uh.
please. Grapes are not native to Nigeria. I know in Jos, when I lived in Nigeria, you used to be able to get apples and grapes as well. But they were not everywhere in
We
Lagos like
have
that.
things in Nigeria. We do.
I didn't go to like a shop right or any of the
You have seen.
high brow
You have seen.
shopping
There's
centers.
ShopRite everywhere. There's probably ShopRite next to you.
I didn't go.
It's a big one.
I did not go because the cook was the one who went. I was working, to be fair, and so I
Yeah.
didn't have time to go shopping. So it was the cook that she bought whatever we asked for, and the things we asked for were what I pretty much mentioned. But yeah,
Watermelon.
huh?
Watermelon.
We didn't. You know what? My husband doesn't like watermelon, so we didn't ask for it. So we didn't eat watermelon in Nigeria. But yeah, anyways, fun and games. It
Yeah.
was really, really good food. We ate suya every other day. Now, suya, for those who don't know, is street food in Nigeria, and it is barbecued beef, chicken. They do all sorts these days. They do yeah, it's well, we say barbecue. It's cooked over a charcoal fire, pretty
Please, if
much.
you say barbecue, you just start thinking it's
Over
thinly
charcoal fire.
delicate pieces of beef
Yes.
has been skewered on a stick
Yes.
and roasted to
Over
perfection over
over
high heat, seasoned with various plethora of
oh dear.
spices. You have suya pepper, which consists of peanut. What's that yellow one?
There's ginger in it too.
Ginger, yes, garlic.
Yep.
Some
Chili.
tiny, the little things they used to was pepper soup.
Uziza.
One of
No, no,
those,
no, no.
is that
No,
those dry
it's
things.
called Nigra peppercorn, I think.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Peppercorn,
It's
and then
native to Africa.
yes,
Yeah.
then they add a little bit of what's that yellow spice?
Yellow.
It's yellow, it stains.
Oh, it's turmeric.
Yes, there's turmeric, thank you. There's
Hmm.
Maggi, there's salt, all that's added together, mixed together, and the meat is rolled in it, dripping with oil. It
Mm.
is amazing. I had soya from Nigeria, courtesy of Ibukun.
Yes, I
We
brought
used
back
to
suya
put
as
on
my
dinner
gift.
in a burger, in noodles, in
Mhm.
rice, in a sauce. My children have gone overboard. My husband has gone. He has eaten it every day. That's the favorite. Yesterday, I used a little bit of it to make like a pasta, a minced pasta.
Mm,
They enjoyed it. They were eating and eating. So when you look at it, yes, I had a little bit of suya, so that was nice. Very,
that's good.
very nice. So I'm happy.
That's good. Genuinely, it made me happy eating suya.
Mm.
And
Wonderful
so,
feeling. It's
yeah,
it's
what is it?
it's a wonderful feeling. It's a comfort food. It's
Yes,
comforting. It just feels, I don't know, it just makes one feel so happy. And those are the kind of things that we took for granted because we didn't think that it was of importance or was
mhm,
something that was just there. We took it for granted. It's just there, don't worry. And those
exactly.
are things that we miss. And then
Mm,
our fruits are very organic from the farm to your house. Nothing
exactly.
too fancy.
Nothing.
It doesn't have to go through any
It
process.
has no packaging.
Yes. So a
Hmm.
lot you are eating a lot of organic food straight from the farm to your pot or to the
Hmm.
market stalls to your pot, but you had a lot of fresh food. A lot of things we eat a lot of things made from scratch. We don't you
Mm,
can't if you want to have a snack, we can have
mm,
a plantain chip that is made in your house. You can have puff puff. That's the donutty like thing,
Honestly,
donutty like thing that we eat. So it's not everything is just organic, like natural. No additives, no preservative.
well,
So
maybe it is where I was. So I was in Ikeja, GRA. I didn't see a lot of that. And also it's probably because of the time of the day I was out and about as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
I didn't see anyone making puff puff by the
No,
roadside.
you won't see that in GRA now. Come on. If
I
you
know
go to
what
Ikeja,
I'm just
Ikeja
stating
under
what
bridge,
you are
there are
saying. I
dozens
didn't
of
see
places in Allen. You're all not even Allen or Kwebi or
no.
Toyin Street. You went
Yes,
to Ikeja under bridge. Trust me, you will see buns, you will see puff puff, you will see roasted corn, you will see fries by the
I did not
roadside.
see it where we were,
Okay.
and to be fair, I wanted to and did not have the opportunity to see it
Oh,
as much as I could. So
I've
that
seen
is
fried yam, fried plantain, fried sweet
all that
potato
lovely stuff. Ah,
with
Lord.
with pepper sauce in paper. Like,
Ah. Anyway, but the food, 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10, hitting back and forth. I was telling the chauffeur, please take me to a Buka. And a Buka is, if you will, like a street side restaurant
yes.
where you can, the menu is always varied in terms of what you can have. And it is hot and it is fresh, just as we're saying. And
Mm.
this man took me to somewhere called Mega Chicken. I was, I was disappointed.
But did you tell him that that's not what you meant?
I did tell him, but I was too hungry to say go look for a buka for a proper buka for me. So I ate mega chicken. It was okay food. It was good food, but it
Uh,
didn't have the
the
authentic
other authenticity that you wanted.
exactly exactly that. But anyways, food in Nigeria
Off
on
the
point
table. Okay, can you
on point.
tell us a little bit of your bitter experience, a tiny bit?
Ah,
Generally,
so
I think managing and dealing with people
is
is very
was the
difficult.
problem.
Yeah, because everyone does things at their own pace. Kind
I
of.
love my Nigerian people.
There's no respect for your time.
Well, let me say this. As a whole, I felt very welcome in Nigeria. Everyone that I met, apart from the passport office and initially the Airbnb, were so generous with their welcome, not wanting anything from you. They just wanted to make sure you were comfortable and be able to say you enjoyed your stay.
Mm.
So the generosity of heart, of time, I I felt keenly and greatly, greatly appreciated. So in that sense, it's reinforced my understanding of the way I can't say the way I am and the way you are and most Nigerians are. We are very generous with our time and we seek to be hospitable.
Yep.
It's just something innate.
Come natural, yes.
Exactly. So, bad experience or bitter experience was going back to that airport because coming out with protocol, yes, was fast and straightforward. And I was going back with protocol. So, I don't even know where to start. We got out of the car
Mm.
and the first thing was, Madam, do you need a trolley? Do you need a trolley? My protocol guy was like, don't worry, sorted her a trolley, leave her alone. But they were persistent. They just kept going. So at some point, I literally had to blank people and
You
just keep
have to.
walking.
You
Just
have
keep
to. Just
walking.
no, yeah.
Now, before you enter the terminal at the Murtala Mohammed Airport, there is a scanner you have to put all your bags through. And we did that. We put all our bags through. There were about 6 people manning the scanner. This is not security in terms of you going to your gate. This is just to enter the terminal. I had a mortar and pestle, which is made out of mahogany wood,
Good. Yeah.
in one of my big bags that was being checked in. At this scanner, they claimed I was taking an artifact out of Nigeria. and I needed a license. And since I could not produce a license, what can I give them? I'm like, it's not an artifact. Do you want to keep it? Please keep it. This was early morning, by the way, 6 a.m. And if you know me, if when I'm tired, you know I have a certain persona, is what I would say, and it's I really don't care. I'm too tired to deal with nonsense.
Yeah, yeah.
So they looked at my face, they heard my response, they left me alone with my artifact. This is not an artifact, people. It is a mortar and pestle made out of mahogany wood. It's not an artifact. Anyways, moved on from the scanner. Before even getting to the check-in desk, I was stopped by a man in military uniform asking me what was in my bags. And I said, oh, I have some dry goods that I was taking,
Mm.
back with me. And they said, oh, your airline would carry it. Your airline would not carry it. What are we going to do? When they ask questions like that, it is they want you to give them some money.
They suddenly become an authority on airline matters.
Honestly. And I said to him, well, I called them and they said they will carry it. Thank you. God bless you. And I moved on. Like it didn't even stop me. I moved on. I now got, oh God, I now got to the check-in desk, and this is a well-recognized airline. I'll call out their name. They didn't do anything wrong. It's just the nature of the facility they had in the international airport of
Yeah.
Nigeria, Virgin Atlantic. So got to the Virgin Atlantic check-in desk, and then was like, where are your bags? These are my bags. Oh, you need to take it to that person in the corner for them to weigh it and then tag it. Now, anyone who is used to traveling internationally, your bag is weighed and tagged at the check-in desk. In Nigeria, you have to go to a totally separate, it's not even a counter. It's literally just a weighing scale and someone with a printing machine that prints out the tags. The queue for that one person doing the weighing for the whole aircraft was ridiculous. We left 4 hours. We got to the airport 4 hours before our flight was supposed to take off. We didn't get through security until 45 minutes before the flight was going to take off, which means 15 minutes before the gate closes.
Closed.
The amount of stress they put us through. My poor child, who wasn't even being directly referred to, said, Mommy, I don't want to come back to Nigeria anytime soon. It clouded the whole experience for the poor child. It's also, it's really made it made me sad. It's made me really sad
Yeah.
because at every, how, let me even count. So we were stopped at the scanner.
At the
We were
at, at the at the main entrance.
Yeah, at the main entrance. We were stopped by the military man. We were pretty much harassed at the weighing in scale place because of queues, and that's another thing. When Nigerians are asked to queue, it's not in our DNA to
To be
respond to
orderly.
queue.
Yeah.
It is pure chaos. People fighting, people verbally abusing everybody and their generations before and after them. Anyways, that was the third point. Then, after we finally checked in to get through security, stopped at security, and then we were stopped by the NDLEA, I think the National
Drug.
Drug,
Mm.
stopped by them. So that's five. Then stopped by another. I don't even know what these ones were. So one set were wearing the brown uniform, which I believe were the drug agency people. Then
NDA.
another set
Yes.
wearing gray uniform. I don't know what those ones did, but
Hey, immigration.
immigration.
Oh
Now,
no, no, sorry, green
immigration.
uniform. Green uniform NDLEA. Brown uniform is customs. Gray uniform is immigration.
Well, these ones didn't ask for passports. Their own was about what was in our hand luggage.
Custom. Then
Okay,
so
so this
immigration
was
passports.
so this is six stop points. Then the seventh stop point was immigration, who then proceeded to ask us for our Nigerian passports. which, believe it or not, we still did not have.
It's okay.
We said to them, we can show you our collection slip.
Yes, and
We,
your booking form and all of those things.
we had to show them everything
Yeah, they
before they
want
let
to
us
see.
through.
Yeah,
Please tell me who wants to go through that on a regular.
it's not worth the stress. Do you understand? You just can't wait to
Hmm.
actually leave. And then also, because they know you're desperate to leave, don't want to miss your flight, they bring up all sorts of excuses so you could grace their palms.
No,
But I'm
no,
glad,
there was no greasing
I'm
on
not.
my.
I'm glad that you stood your ground and refused to engage in that type of behavior, because we need
Mhm.
to be the change we want to see. We need to be. We need to start doing things right, because na- besides the fact that Nigeria belongs to all of us, when we are being tagged with somebody has done something horrible somewhere else, the term Nigerian, that is
Hmm.
it's a blanket statement. So we're all included. And if, like I said, if we want our country to change, then we need to start taking proactive steps for that country to change, no matter how uncomfortable it is. And I'm glad that you did your own bit and you were confident in yourself and what you were going to say and what you were going to do. But it's also a learning experience, because I have a lot of people that have been stopped, almost missed their flight. There's desperation, and you have people trying to
Mm,
help you in the
mm,
steps of helping you. They're stealing from you. It is crazy. There was the lady 2 years ago that she was traveling for medical to the UK,
mm,
and her family. I don't know if they got, because you're supposed to get assistance. Hey, you go to a working country, a first world country, sorry, and you apply for airport assist. They are there to help you. In Nigeria, I don't know what it is. They said they have it. I don't know what happened from immigration to her getting on the plane. Her passport got missing.
whew.
Today, and she was going for medical till today, and she was in a wheelchair.
Oh
They kept saying this
no.
happened 2022 November. They kept saying they don't know that they gave it to her. It was crazy. And that's how that lady didn't get on that flight. But
Wow.
believe you me, somebody has used that and
Of course.
traveled with it.
Of course. Oh my
Because we've
word.
not heard anything that is being found. And obviously, airport, okay, where's your security camera? It's busted. Who
Hmm.
did it? They have nothing to do with it. So when you look at it, like seriously, that kind of person now, you do it by yourself. Don't hand them over to anybody because you don't want any story. That's just one instance. There's somebody else here in the town that I live that her passport, her daughter, but this happened in the 90s. Her daughter's passport was stolen from the back of her jeans pocket. She had to live in her daughter in Nigeria for 6 months, and daughter was barely 10, and travel. She had to stay because she had to prove to the British embassy that she was not the one that used that passport for untoward means.
Wow.
Let's come back, get a birth certificate, proof back and forth, and then internet wasn't like now that you can scan everything. It was a long time before
Mm,
she finally got a new passport for the daughter. And guess what? When they
what?
checked their system, somebody traveled with that daughter's passport that day to the UK. So they did not believe that the mother had nothing to do with it.
Not to do with it. Oh Lord. Look, okay, I can only talk from my experience, and it is quite recent and it is factual.
Mm.
This is what happened to
It's
me.
not story time. It is reality.
It is reality. I enjoyed my in between, getting to Nigeria and leaving Nigeria. The lasting memory, unfortunately, was the airport being the last port, literally the last port I left Nigeria from, being absolute mayhem.
Chaos.
And it is sad, but I am here, I'm healthy, I am happy
You
that
didn't
I
lose anything and nothing was taken from you.
honestly, I still don't have the Nigerian passport, but hey, it is what
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is. I am here. I am here. And that is it. That was my homecoming, if you will, to Nigeria. I hope you've taken something from this. Once again, I am Nigerian, despite what Sisi says. I am allowed to call out the misbehavior. I am saying it publicly, not to shame Nigeria or Nigerians, but to ask that we do better. And I think we keep saying this, but genuinely ask that we do better. Excellence is within us. I strive for excellence in everything I do, same as Sissy, who is here
Mm.
on this podcast. And we're this podcast we're putting out, we're striving for excellence in the way we deliver the
Yeah.
conversations we have. And
Yeah.
by the way, please like and subscribe and share.
Share.
Yeah. But yes, it was an interesting experience. I have now been back to the motherland much earlier than I have that I thought I would be, and I still love Nigeria. I do not love a lot about Nigeria, but if you I like the core, I love the core of Nigeria. Our quest for joy despite hardship, our love of good food and good music and good fashion. I came back with a lot of clothes. I'm not wearing one right now, but
Mm.
whenever I wear one, I'll say this is what I got from Nigeria. But
In
yeah,
Nigeria. Yeah.
but yeah.
I think I'm happy for the emerging
Mm,
designers, young girls, young men, the creatives that are pushing the limit. You see some things and you don't believe it's from Nigeria, or you don't believe that somebody in Nigeria made it. But
yeah.
it's with it's with our Ankara, our fabric.
Yep.
And it's beautiful to see the creations that come out of the things that we tend to look at as just being there, because we grew up with mothers that had Iro and Boba and that was it. And then they started putting blouse, but that was it. But now they can use Ankara to make such, I don't know, artistic
Amazing. Yeah.
masterpieces that stand out. And you'll be wondering, is that Ankara? Is that lace? That's how beautiful it is. The mixing of matching and all of that. So I'm glad that Nigeria, despite all that is going on in that country, we are pushing through, striving,
Hmm.
and being the best versions of ourselves as individuals and as business owners as we can be. I pray for more progress, more
Hmm.
popularity, more expansion, more opportunities to expand and be better, and also pray for good leaders, because we have so much potential that is going to waste, has wasted, or has even left with the brain drain and is leaving.
Exactly. It's still even. Yeah.
It is Japa industry is a very big industry.
Honestly, every single person I met, after they get to know me and feel comfortable, they would ask, "Oh, madam, can you please help me with advice on what I can do to leave?" I'm
Oh my
like,
goodness. So what were you saying?
all of you leave. Well, genuinely, I can't
Nobody
advocate
asked
for
you.
nobody leaving.
I don't agree with that. Nobody asked you that one. Somebody said they want advice. It's not for you to be
Eh,
saying before you leave. Uh-uh.
sorry, what did you say? I didn't hear you.
I said somebody asked you for advice. They didn't ask you to tell them why they are leaving. You
No,
asked,
I didn't. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm
okay, that's
saying
what you
that's
were
what I
thinking.
said to
So,
them. That no, no one can tell you not to leave. You are leaving because you need it for your sanity
yes,
or for your
personal growth.
safety.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also for your children. And we have a generation that is there's
Mm.
that gap. So we have parents in Nigeria, but there are some generation that parents are like you. Your parents are not in Nigeria.
No,
And so that
exactly.
is lost. And then so your children were not born in Nigeria. That is a whole kettle of fish kind of thing, actually.
It is. It is.
One of my nieces and nephews were born in Nigeria.
There you go. There
So
you go. But anyways, but no. So my advice to them was pretty much factual. This is what I know of people who have gone to the UK, who have gone to Canada, who have gone to the States. But yes, everyone I met after they feel
the
comfortable
initial, yes, they ask
what
you.
exactly they will ask, and it's sad because you almost leave thinking who's going to be left in this country. But there will still be people, there will still be a remnant, if you will.
Yeah.
But things are so desperately desperate in Nigeria right now
Mhm.
that a lot of people are looking to leave. This has been indeed a long episode because I was waxing lyrical about the bittersweet experience I had in Nigeria. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it, you were entertained by it, but there is a serious undercurrent here. There
Mm.
is a significant issue we have. in Nigeria that needs to be stopped, and it's from the grassroots. Genuinely, I actually had this conversation with
Now you
one.
sound like a politician. Grassroots,
It's
grassroots.
from the grassroots. When you think that way and you are blaming the government for the government being that way, you can't be helped because you yourself are part of the problem.
They're part of the government, whether I like it or not. But then
There
again, when
you
we
go.
look at it, we are made to vote, but we actually have no say in who becomes the person that leads us because a lot of underhand measures have gone to secure to for that person to be in government. So when you look at it, do the people really have the power? Nah.
You see, let's we can have this conversation another day. When we used to be children and watch our parents discuss politics, and we think, "Ugh,"
Boring.
we've become those people now. But
Mm.
yeah, I let us close off this episode. I would like to say thank you for listening to my most recent experience of Nigeria,
Yes.
and hopefully we'll see you in the next episode. Sissy, do you want to say bye?
Yes, it was lovely hanging out with you all. We'll see you in the next episode. Enjoy your June. And yes, here's to many more wins and celebrations. And stay safe, people.
Stay safe. God bless. Bye bye.